our counter, who will also be playing the role of grammarian. And that person, that Toastmaster, is none other than our area director, Toastmaster Valeska Laurent. The virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. This evening, I will be serving as the counter. I will be taking notes of any crutch words or pause fillers that may be used during the meeting. Pause fillers such as crutch words such as but, so, and you know. I will take notes of any repetitions or any long pauses. And I will give my report in the evaluation segment. As your grammarian for this evening, I will take note of all the outstanding usage that we will have this evening of the English language. I will also note any incorrect usage of the English language and give suggestions on how we might improve. It is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is ingenious. Definition, it is an adjective, and to describe a person, it would mean clever, original, inventive. And when you are describing something else, it means cleverly or originally devised and well suited to its purpose. Used in a sentence, pathways is an ingenious method to develop your leadership skills. I will give my report on how many times we use the word of the day and the grammar usage in the evaluation segment when called upon to do so. I yield the lectern back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Madam Area Director, Toastmaster Valeska Laurent, for your detailed elucidation of your roles as accountant and grammarian. For today's meeting, we have one evaluator who is none other than Toastmaster Isabella Hyman Bernard. I will not ask her to tell us the objectives of the speaker that she will be evaluating, but the Toastmaster of the evening will introduce her, and she will introduce, and during the introduction of her, the person she'll be evaluating, she will give the objectives of the speech. That being said, that was my team of evaluator and facilitators. Ladies and gentlemen, during the evaluation portion or session of today's meeting, my ingenious team and I will be back to give our reports on how well our meeting was conducted. Mr. Toastmaster of the evening, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. We learn best in moments of enjoyment. We learn best in moments of enjoyment. Our theme for this evening is the power of self-love. The power of self-love. It is time for the first segment of our meeting. We only have one speaker today, which is a very ingenious Toastmaster. Any position you put this Toastmaster in, he is ready to pull that position. Before that, I would like to call on his evaluator, which is none other than Toastmaster Isabella Hyman, to give her report concerning Toastmaster Damian A. Schmidt, the only speaker for this evening. Toastmaster Isabella, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you, Mr. General Toastmaster of the evening. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This evening, I have the great privilege of evaluating Toastmaster Damian, who will be presenting level 2 of the Visionary Communication Path, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. Toastmaster Damian Schmidt is the PRM of District 81 and the immediate past president of the Cupecoy Sunset Toastmasters Club. He is eager to complete his second path by Toastmaster year 2021-2022. Besides Toastmasters, Damian works at the airport, the St. Martin Airport, as the reconstruction project coordinator. This evening, Toastmaster Damian is to present a speech about the time when he was a protege and discuss any aspect of the said experience. The presentation should not be longer than 7 minutes and should not be a report of the project. When called upon to do so, I will give my report. And so, without further ado, please help me welcome to the virtual lectern, Toastmaster Damian Schmidt.
Good evening, one and all, and thank you for having me. This evening, I'll be speaking about my mentorship experience and as being a part of the ECHO mentorship program in the Netherlands. And I'll also tell you about some of my other mentor-mentee relationships. Now, first of all, I wanted to start off by establishing what is mentoring. Can anybody in the audience let me know what mentoring is? Feel free to unmute your mics and share. What is mentoring to you? One quick sentence.
It's about sharing your experience with someone that's entering a specific sector.
Sharing your experience with someone that's entering a specific sector. Okay, I like that. Anyone else? Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ida. Anybody else? Quickly. No? Okay. So I like the response from Toastmaster Ida, sharing your experiences with somebody entering a specific sector. For within the Toastmasters context, Toastmasters sees mentoring as a long-term support in helping persons achieve goals. So pretty much in line with what Toastmaster Ida mentioned, but then more from a long-term perspective. Toastmasters recommends that mentors should be experienced and knowledgeable. So they should be able to share their ingenious level of experience and knowledge that they gained over the years or over the time frame that they've been doing whatever they've been doing with the mentee. Aside from that, those mentors should be positive and supportive, basically creating success strategies and being able to provide different levels of support. Those mentors should also be respectful and caring, focusing on similarities between them and the mentee. And lastly, mentors should be committed and dependable. It's much easier to be able to learn and gain experience from someone when you know exactly how you can count on them. But there's another word, another phrase, or another aspect that we also hear thrown around a lot, which is coaching. Mentors, so then there's the idea of mentorship and coaching. Anybody care to discuss what's the difference between mentorship and coaching? Is there a difference? Going once, twice?
Coaching is when you're focused on like a specific goal, like one thing, and mentoring is more long-term and is focused on various, like the overall package.
Exactly. Very ideal, you could tell that Toastmaster, our area director, Valeska, did this exercise already. But indeed, coaching is much more short-term, let's say something for 6 months, and when you're focusing on something very specific, maybe helping the person improve their gestures, helping them with the stop words, helping them stay within time, helping them with just the evaluation, etc., etc. for me personally, one of the surprising things about being a mentee, or something that I learned or realized, is that as a mentee, you also teach the mentor something. You also give the you also teach the mentor something, and you also actually give the mentor an opportunity to learn and practice in an area that they that they were struggling with, for example. This brings me to one example where I was a mentee, and this was with a gentleman named Simon Hoogvliet. I was a part of the ECHO mentorship program in the Netherlands, and the ECHO mentorship program basically focuses on connecting non-Western, or in this case, in this context, I can say non-European, non-born European young professionals, and connecting them with European professionals who have a certain level of experience already in the field. So this was interesting because it took, let's say, Caribbeaners, people from Africa, students from all over the world, and connected them with a mentor. And this mentorship program helped to, again, help the young professionals like myself at the time to get more experience and have that relationship with a mentor. But as I mentioned, also helped me to be able to provide my mentor at the time with an opportunity for him to connect with me as someone outside of his culture, someone at a lower level of the professional scale, etc. At the time, for example, I could share that he didn't really have much experience or connection with the job market at that time because he's been in his position for quite a while, etc. So he was also disconnected, and having that relationship with me allowed us to reconnect, allowed him to get a tap into what the job market was looking at the time. I had another great relationship with, shared just another one with you, another great relationship that I had with my other mentor, my former manager here at PJIAE. And with that relationship, it felt good to know that someone wanted me to win, someone was working with me, helping me with projects that I can succeed with, and helping me to excel on those projects, and even pushing me at times. So having a mentor-mentee relationship is definitely beneficial to all persons and all parties involved. So with that, I want to say, encourage you to find a mentor if you don't have one already, especially, or maybe even start off with a coaching relationship with someone that you may be interested or that you see that may be able to help you with something, whether it's in Toastmasters or elsewhere. Yeah, so in closing, I want to thank you for listening. I hope that you retain that there's a difference between mentorship and coaching. There's benefits for both the mentors and the mentees, and I trust that you'll be able to bring something to the table on your next mentor-mentee relationship. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. Please give him a round of applause. Toastmaster Damian Schmidt for that wonderful presentation. That was our first segment of the meeting. Now we are going over to the second segment, which is the table topic session, which each and everyone can take part in this session, especially those who didn't have a role for this evening. Here you learn to think and speak while sitting, I will say. Instead of being on your feet, you are sitting. And our table topic master for this evening is none other than Jonathan Raymond, which is 24 years old, live in St. Martin, on the French side, in Concordia. He was inducted to the St. Martin Evolution Toastmasters Club in August 2021 by DTM Alicia Seaton and Toastmaster Shamina, which is in France. is about, okay, you can't see everything. I would like to introduce to you this evening our table topic master, which is none other than Jonathan Raymond. Please help me welcome him to the virtual lecture.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening. How you all doing? Y'all is good? Let me see those virtual hands. Y'all good? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, as we coming into this beautiful impromptu speaking table topic segment, I have some questions and I would like any volunteer. I will go to the guests first and then I'll go to those who didn't have a goal this evening. Can I have Velma? Is Velma on the line? Going once, going twice. No one. Can I have Ada Winham? Ada, you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, all right. My first question to you is this. What does the word happiness mean to you? I repeat, what does the word happiness mean to you?
I guess the word happiness means, for everyone, it means joy. It is something that everyone is in research of. But to me, happiness is quite short-lived. We keep looking for this extreme happiness. We do get it, but then after we go back into researching for other elements that will make us happy. So we're always in search of that, I guess, ecstatic moment. But to me, it's not about being happy, it's being about having peace in your life is much more important than, what all of us are searching for, is happiness. What is happiness? I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ada Winham. Can we give her a round of applause? Great answer to that. Moving right along. Can I have someone to answer this question? How could I simplify my life and focus on what it is most important? I repeat, how could I simplify my life and focus on what is most important? Do I have someone on the floor? Going once, going twice. Felicia Marco, are you on the line? Felicia.
Hello, good night.
Good night, my dear Toastmaster Felicia. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you.
This question is for you. How could I simplify my life and focus on what it is more important?
How can I simplify my life if I focus on what's more important?
Yes.
Well, for me, I will put a schedule as usual and put my priorities on the top of my list and make sure in the beginning of the week. So that's what I usually do. So that will be my answer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Felicia. Give a round of applause for that. Great
Thank you.
answer as well. Very good, guys. I'm loving it.
Thank you.
The next question goes to A.D. Marie Gittens. Are you on the line, Miss A.D. Marie Gittens?
Good afternoon. Yes, I am late, but I'm here.
It's no problem. How you doing, by the way? How you doing?
I'm extremely tired, just got out of a meeting and logged right into Cupecoy's meeting.
It's all good, but it's a pleasure for you to be here, AD Mary Gittens. This question is for you. What inspires you? Who is that person inspires you every single day? Mary Gittens, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. I think this question is very easy. The one person I would have to say that inspires me every day is my mother. My mother has been that person who has been my number one cheerleader since in the womb. And I don't think I would have gotten this far without her growth and faith and belief in God and placing us at the foot of the cross and her guidance. She has made so many sacrifices for myself and my two brothers and I. She had a rough childhood growing up. Many persons wouldn't believe that. She was very poor, and she made up her mind when she had children, she would not let them endure what she had to go through. And she wanted to make sure that we had everything that we needed. First and foremost, we were raised in church, whether rain was pouring or the sun was out. The only time we were not in church was when a hurricane was passing. And she definitely, set a lot of morals and values to this day. My brothers and I think out of everyone we grew up with in church, we are the only three that still attend with our parents every Sunday. And we even have our kids involved. So they're part of the tech team for church as well. So she's definitely the one that holds not only our family together, but her siblings and everyone else off island. She's that glue that cements and makes sure everybody stays at peace. There's no arguing. We all live in love and harmony. And whatever we have, we must share with not only our family members, but those who are in need. So she's definitely somebody that inspires me every day. And I hope when I reach to her age, I can have that ability, stability, and that mentality that she has as well. Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Beautiful, AD Marie Gittens. Your hand of applause. Very good. Thank you so much for that. And sir, and how that your mom is one who inspire you, that you never coach of that, you remain the same, and of course never forgetting your roots. That's a very good thing. Mrs. Timer, Mrs. Burko, how much time do I have left?
You have 5 more minutes.
Thank you so much. You use the bomb, use the bomb, use the bomb. That's all I could tell you. The next question is going out to. Can I have the guest called Delbert? Mr. Delbert? Are you on the line?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to Cupecoy Sunset Toastmasters Club. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you ready to answer this question?
What question is that, sir?
The question is, how do you become the best at what you do? I repeat, how do you become the best at what you do? Mr. Delbert, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. How do you become the best at what you do? That's the question.
Yes, sir.
How do you become the best at what you do? The thing is, what do you really plan to do so you can become the best at it? I would say to become the best at what you do, you have to firstly think about what you want to do. As a dream, it might be. And secondly, practice that or continuously do that until you have reached a stage that, or the point where you actually attain what you need to attain. For example, I want to be the best singer in the world. To be the best singer, I can't just decide to sing maybe once every day or once every 2 months. I might sing maybe once, maybe every minute of the day, just to sing so that I can get to where I want to make me the best in that, in becoming what I want to be in that the field. So I would say to become the best in what you want to do is to practice, be determined, and I think that will help you to become it. Back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Delver. Thank you so very much for that answer on becoming the best at what you do. Do I have a last person? Anyone? Any king and queen can answer this last question? Patrona, are you on the line?
Go on, me there, man.
You're there, Minna. You're there, my sister. You're there. Toastmaster Patrona, this question is for you. How to value yourself? Give us 3 or 4 or even 10 nuggets on how to value yourself as a king or as a queen or even as a Toastmaster to ingenious the great things on you. Toastmaster Patronia.
Thank you for asking me this question. Thank you so much. So, how I value myself? First of all, I got to love myself and I got to make sure that I am comfortable with me. I got to see that I am in my own, what would you call it? I'm in my own right mind. Sometimes, things really jump off and get you down. But at times you gotta focus on yourself and not just the things that are around, but focus on you and put you first. Because if you don't put yourself first, nothing's gonna happen. Everybody gonna come and take step and do whatever they have to do with you, and then you just leave behind and last. So as a queen, I step into my authority and own it, embrace it, love it, and live it. And that's how you do it. That's what I'm saying. That's it. Back to you.
That's right, my sister. That's how we say, me say. That will tell you. I will tell you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Our Sergeant at Toastmaster Patrona Lois. Mrs. Timer, talk to me.
We are at that time of close.
Thank you so much, Miss Timer and Ed Burkle. It's a shame that I wasn't get a little longer, but it's okay. Thank you so much, each and every one of you will take this time out to become and to answer all the questions as your table topic. Master Jonathan Raymond. And before leaving, I have this quote for you all. How do you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. Self-love is not selfish. You cannot truly love until you cannot really truly love another until you know how to love yourself. And this quote is going out to each and every one of you all, sunsetters, Toastmasters, and guests, that we need to love ourselves and not to abuse it, and to truly love one another as we love ourselves. And that's what the great word of God says, to love one another and to love yourself. Thank you so very much. Enjoy this table topic segment with me, you guys. And I yield the virtual lecture back to our ingenious Toastmaster of the day. Back to you, my brother.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jonathan Raymond, for that wonderful table topic. You was ingeniously well concerning that table topic. You are the ingenious one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have it or heard it and take part in it. the table topic session. We have reached the final segment, which is the evaluation segment. This segment is where we learn what we have done well and what can be improved upon. And let me call back to the virtual lecture, none other than the general evaluator, who will be asking his evaluating team for their report. Please help me welcome to the virtual lecture, distinguished Toastmaster, Glendon Wilson.
Thank you once again, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, my ingenious team and I are back. And we are back to share our candid report of how well our meeting has been going. Let's get right into it because it's the power of self-love. First up, I'm going to call on my lone evaluator, who's none other than Toastmaster Isabella Hyman Guenot. The virtual lectern is yours. Please share with us how well Toastmaster or Public Relations Manager did with his presentation. The virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you, Mr. GE. The difference between coaching and mentoring is not always clear depending on who you ask and the circle that you frequent. But this evening, Toastmaster Damien gave a very clear presentation and explanation on the very important difference between the two practices, and he also shared his experience as a mentee. Toastmaster Damien, your speech was well put together and very easy to understand. I thoroughly enjoyed your conversational tone that made for a very cool, calm, and mellow speech. So cool, in fact, I felt like I was in a lecture listening to my favorite professor. You were very confident and knowledgeable on the topic this evening. The fact that you involved the audience made this speech even more interesting. You met the requirements this evening for this project. You did not just expound on the logistics of what mentoring is, but you shared your personal experience by adding very relevant anecdotes, which efficiently brought the topic home. For next time, however, be mindful of your use of filler language such as ers and ums. But other than that, you did a fantastic job. Congrats on this project and all the best for the rest of the path. Mr. G.
A round of applause for my ingenious evaluator, Toastmaster Isabella Hyman Guenot. Next up, I've fallen, as usual, one of the other ingenious role player, our R counter / grammarian. Please welcome our area director, Toastmaster Valeska Laurent.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. This evening, this is my accountant's report. I have 10 ahs, 10 ums, 6 ers, 1 and, 1 you know, 1 so, and 3 repetitions. I encourage all speakers to take your time when you are speaking, as so to avoid the filler sounds. We had a little issue with our filler sounds this evening. There were not many crutch words, however, filler sounds were in abundance this evening. So you're encouraged to just practice a little more at home and take those intentional pauses, gather your thoughts, and then move on with your presentation. That is my accounter's report for this evening. When it comes to my report as grammarian, the word of the day was used 7 times, and I had 1 derivative, ingeniously. Yes. So we had a total of 8 times, including the derivative. Oh, I would like to remind us of our subject-verb agreement. So I heard more when it should have been most, does when it should have been do, you is when it should have been you are. Also, we have to pay attention to the word and. I think we meant and, so we should pronounce all of the letters in the word. I want to remind us that the word is lectern. It was mispronounced a few times this evening, so let's practice. It is a virtual lectern when we are handing it over from one role player to the next. Now on to the good news. For nice usage of the English language, the power of self-love, what is mentoring? What does happiness mean to you? Happiness is short-lived. I like the thought process behind that. My number one cheerleader, belief in God. The only time we were not in church was when a hurricane was passing. Thank you, Eddie Marie. Live in love and harmony. How do you value yourself? I think we are on the right path when it comes to our language usage this evening. Just a few tweaks here and there, and we will be well on our way. That is my report for this evening. I yield the lectern over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Madam Countess/Grammarian, for your awesome report. And thank you for handing over the virtual lectern to me. Next up, I would like to call on my last but not least facilitator, our timer for tonight's meeting, Annette Burkle, distinguished Toastmaster.
GE. Here is my report for this evening's meeting. Our speaker spoke within the allotted time of 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Congratulations. Then our table topic segment. We had the first speaker, Toastmaster Ida, spoke for 49 seconds. Second speaker, Toastmaster Felicia, spoke for 33 seconds. Toastmaster Marie, Eddie Marie Gittens, spoke for 2 minutes and 1 second. Then we had Delbert, spoke for 1 minute and 24 seconds. Toastmaster Petronia, 1 minute and 12 seconds. Great job to all the table topic members who spoke. And I would like to encourage those that spoke under 1 minute that you can continue to elaborate on some other topic, as the table topic session is for you just to present yourself on 2 minutes of speech. Then I move over to our report for the GE, for the general evaluation part thus far. The evaluator gave her evaluation in 1 minute and 24 seconds. The counter report was given in 1 minute and 15 seconds. And the grammarian report was given in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. And my report is being given in 2 minutes and 11 seconds. General evaluator.
Thank you very much, Madam Timer. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for my evaluators and my facilitators. Awesome job, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's time to hear my general report. And may I begin by reminding us that every report is a speech. Hence, we need to incorporate an introduction, a body, and a conclusion, whatever you're reporting, which is the timing report, the evaluation report, any facilitating role, we need to do it in the form of a speech and avoid a disjointed way of doing it. We're getting there. I would like to begin by saying I liked that in the absence of the prominent officers of Cupecoy Sunset, someone was appointed to act in those positions in the person of our public relation manager, who was the substitute and has done an awesome job in ensuring the smooth continuity of today's meeting. I also like the creative ingenuity of the speaker being introduced by the evaluator. That was awesome. I liked it. Fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, I searched the entire platform, and even though I tried to be as ingenious, I had a little difficulty finding the flag as well as the banner. I'm still looking, but I can't find it. Maybe someone, Sarah forgot to put it in the list in the meeting. Nevertheless, even though the meeting started a bit late, our Toastmaster of the evening has been and is doing a tremendous job in transitioning tonight's meeting in a timely and an efficient manner. I cannot recall hearing the president or the substitute president officially declaring tonight's meeting open. It may have missed me, but I cannot recall hearing that being done. I believe that even if he did not open it, he will definitely close it. One recommendation I have is and I always believe in time, no matter the circumstances, let us start our meeting on time. And just in case there are any hitches, we would be able to end on time. We experienced a critical but constructive and encouraging evaluation from our evaluator, Toastmaster Isabella Hyman. Then our facilitators eloquently shared the reports in a very ingenious manner. Thank you all very much for doing such a great job. Congratulations to Cupecoy Sunset Toastmasters Club for completing yet another successful meeting. And that brings to the end my role as the general evaluator and my team. And we look forward to serving in that role or in that capacity in the not too distant future. Hence, I return the virtual lectern to the Toastmaster of the evening, Georges Richardson, distinguished Toastmaster. The virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you, Mr. GE and your team for your ingenious reports. My role as Toastmaster of the day have come to an end. It was a pleasure playing this role, and I would like to thank everyone that participated in this evening meeting. I would like to thank our only speaker we had for today, which was Toastmaster Damian Schmidt. According to the agenda, his topic for today was topic. That was the title of his speech, topic, as is written in the agenda. Thank you for such a powerful presentation. I would like to thank everyone that took up a role which was done by Madam A.D. Valesca-Laurent for that last minute picking up of that role, the counter. and also the table topic master, Toastmaster Jonathan Raymond, for being so creative in his topic presentation to each and every one of us, how we ask those questions. For that, now I would like to return control of the virtual lectern to our acting president, who is such an ingenious gentleman. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Damian Schmidt.
Thank you very much. And I want to thank all the role players and facilitators for the evening. Just before we close off, as I wouldn't want to handle any major business items for the club this evening, I want to pass the lectern over to our AD. If she's still on, is she still here? Yes, AD Marie, you want to say a few words just before we close off?
Thank you, Toastmaster Damien. Just a reminder regarding dues. This is the time when we know that we have our second responsibility of dues to be paid. So just encouraging everyone to ensure their dues are paid to Madam Treasurer on time so that the payment can be made to TI. Other than that, my apologies for being late. Carnival is approaching and my plate is full with meetings. So my apologies for that. However, it was very good, the little bit that I had for the table topic session as usual. Thank you, Toastmaster Jonathan. And I release control of the virtual lectern to you, PRM Damien.
Thank you very much, Madam Area Director. Let's see if we have any other visitors. See, we have Toastmaster Delbert. You still with us? Could you just unmute and let us know how you enjoyed the meeting this evening?
Good night. You hear me again?
Yes, hear you good.
Yeah, good night. I did join late, but from what I did hear, it was pretty good, especially with the evaluations. I think they were very well done. And I do come to meetings when I can. And I hope that next time I could come earlier so I can enjoy the speech before the table topics. Otherwise, a good meeting, and I was happy to be here.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Delbert. Very glad to have you here again with us at Cupecoy Sunset Toastmasters. I think we lost a few other visitors that were here in the beginning. And with that, I want to again congratulate the organizers and the team, Madam VPE and Madam President, and everybody else, Toastmaster Jonathan, the VPPR, and the rest of the board for conducting another successful meeting. I also want to thank all the visiting facilitators and visiting Toastmasters, Toastmaster Annette, Toastmaster George, Toastmaster Glendon, and Toastmaster Valeska for joining us. Always a pleasure to have Madam AD with us. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, our regular members, thank you very much for being a part of this continuously. Indeed, I want to echo the sentiments of Madam AD. Reminder for the dues, sorry, for our regular members. And of course, if you're a Toastmaster, a quick reminder for your regular dues as well. With that, I think it is my duty as well to close off this meeting with, I don't have a trusty gavel, but I'll use my hand, my imaginary trusty gavel to close off the meeting. I now consider the meeting closed. Feel free to hang around and stick around with us as we leave the call on for a few to socialize a bit.
I will be leaving. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster George.
Do we have any snacks?
Yeah, let me go get some.
Room.
I got some cherries here. These are the only snacks we have.
PRM Damien, you're not nice.
Thank
Look
you very much. Thanks,
whole
though.
bowl of cherries.
He asked if we have snacks. The answer is yes.
You didn't ask me, you could get it. Anyhow, I have to run to another meeting, so it was a pleasure being here. Thanks for having me as your grammarian, and I'll be available whenever. I'll be generally evaluated, I'm sorry. So good evening to everyone.
I hope you use the proper shoes to run.
Yeah, yes, I'm running carefully.
You can have a piece of pizza.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night, good night. Sorry, I was very late. I had an appointment and then my phone went dead on me. So I just joined. Anyway, what I heard was very nice.
Thank you, Vanessa. Glad to have had you.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
We did it, guys.
Anybody hungry? I'm cooking saltfish and
Isabel, good night.
banana and dumpling and
Papa God. Pachola, wait.
I'm doing all this cooking. Dasheen and
Oh,
kami dumpling and all these things and a slice of pear.
What's the occasion? What's the occasion?
cut the recorder, please.
It's 123 Second Garden Road. So find your way, you get your food. Well prepared.
Isabella, what are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm cooking some food. Some guys at my work asked me to bring food for them tomorrow. So yeah, I have to do what I have to do.
Just pass airport tomorrow, drop off my number when you're on your way.
Okay, someone dumpling you want, Damien.
Huh?
Someone dumpling you want. I'm a dumpling you want.
How big they be?
Them kind of, you know, kind of smallish, then kind of mediumish.
Every medium, then 4.
4. Jonathan, I'm a dumpling you want.
Oh, you put me in a spot right now. A good 6.
6. All right. Dr. Scott, how much you want?
Damien, man, make me hungry.
Good question. Half of everything.
Oh my gosh. Isabella, you want any? Where is Isabella? Is it?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I ain't refusing free food.
All right.
I just going to say she ain't answer taking her share.
Okay.
No, you can't.
No.
Oh, whatever left back is mine then.
All right. So Dr. Scott, me can give you all of it. Me have to just cut off some this stuff.
I said half, you know, not all, half.
Exactly. Bible say you must share. Thank you, Dr. Scott.
Right.
Right.
Guys,
Anyway,
again,
guys.
thank you so much for holding the fort, Cause
Yes, you were good today, Jonathan. And I love your shirt. I must say, I love your shirt. It's very nice
thank
shirt.
you.
Your shirt.
Made in St. Martin.
Yes, look like the look at African prints right up there, no? It look really nice.
Thank you. When I saw that, I think on Damien one time.
Yes,
Damien, you see, I try to be like you, Dave. You see, bro? That's right. That's the thing.
I like the shirt.
Damien, where I eat?